This college basketball conference tournament preview edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by WinBet. WinBet is now offering a weekend basketball bonus. Place four $50 bets, and regardless of outcome, you'll get a $50 free bet. Download the WinBet app now or visit wynnbet.com and start winning today. We're also brought to you by Stable Duel. Stable Duel is a horse racing DFS app where you can play free and paid games for real cash prizes. You can win as much as $25,000 with one entry. Head over to StableDuel.com to get started today. We're also brought to you by PropSwap, America's marketplace to buy and sell sports bets. Use promo code SGP on your first deposit to receive up to $500 in bonus cash. Head over to PropSwap.com to download the PropSwap app today. And of course, don't forget to download the SGPN app for all of our free picks and podcasts.
Hey, this is Larry the Cable Guy, and you're listening to SGPN. Let her run and get her done.
Cox. He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Ooh, welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Crack open the LaCroix. It's a party.
Well, it's a late afternoon show, Sean. You
Double
know,
header.
We got Colby still sitting next to me. Can't get this guy out of here. Good luck evicting someone. Sean, we're back grinding these college basketball winners.
Join us as always, host of the College Basketball Experience, talking college basketball. Colby Dant, aka the Dant to base. What's up, Colby?
Locked up Clemson -5. Boom.
Can we maybe a double lock salute? Colby,
I wasn't sure what you picked, buddy.
What do you mean you
All
weren't
right.
sure what I picked?
You never know with you. All right, if they're winners or losers.
My lock's coming up. Louisville -1.
Oh, I
Let's
didn't.
go.
Never mind. I didn't lock Clemson up. I take that back. I did. I just picked them.
Ryan's locking up Florida State against Syracuse and Colby. Bad picks for you guys. About to go 0-2 there, but we're not here to talk ACC. We already did the ACC conference tournament preview. We've done
that was like 8 episodes ago, and it's games that were taught today. Yeah, I mean, this is the third episode we're doing covering games, covering tournaments starting on Wednesday, March 9th, Sean. This is phenomenal.
It's an overload. It's an overload of content. It's an overload of picks.
It's everything that's right with the world, Sean. All right, there's a lot of times
us doing an insane amount of podcasts,
and it's straightened the world out. I mean, the world's got just chaos everywhere.
Yeah.
The only thing that's back together as a human race is a shit ton of basketball games called March Madness.
And to be clear, Vladimir Putin and everyone in the Russian military and Russian oligarchs all banned from downloading and or joining the Sports Gambling Podcast. So when I say rate and review, check out the free picks page, download the app for tons of free content. It's for everyone except, as I mentioned, Vladimir Putin and all those guys. But Putin, you know, he probably doesn't. He's probably like a soccer guy. Probably not. College basketball.
Sean and Putin walk into a bar together. Sean finds out Putin's also on Lehigh +6. Sean and Putin become close friends.
He's probably dropping bags over at Colgate. Fucking loser.
You think Putin was on Colgate?
Oh, you know, Putin was all over Colgate. That's right up his alley. Just trying to bully around and
you're really being unfair to Colgate over here. You know what I mean?
No,
what the Raiders ever do to
I
you?
assume most of Colgate supports Putin and his and the takeover of Ukraine. I stand with the Ukrainian people in Lehigh.
Yeah.
All right, let's go, baby. March is here. This is March, and this is the Win Bet Read. Oh, you know it, you love it. Win Bet, baby. Come on. You think this content train fuels itself? There's two things that fuels the train. Our great listeners and the good folks over at WinBet hooking you up. I mean, you got to get down on that place for $50 basketball bets, and you get a free $50 basketball bet on the weekend. I wish it was the weekend right now. And for new WinBet Casino customers, a 100% first deposit match up to $1,000. I mean, a lot of people have been saying it, but WinBet. Bet big, win bigger with WinBet. WYNNBET.com. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at WinBet.com. Must be 21 and older and present in the state where playthrough WinBet is available. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700.
Have we gotten clearance for the decaf nose beers in the Win studio yet?
You know, I like doing them, but then I do worry that they, they impact my picking, and I can't risk that with the audience, right?
Colby, do you even know this guy sitting over here?
Well,
I'm bringing decaf nose.
We did it.
Actually, we'll ship. Maybe order some to the hotel. Have them waiting at the Win when we arrive.
Are we allowed to fly with decaf nose beers?
I'd be a little concerned that trying to explain them might cause problems. No, look, you just pop it like this, and then woof.
It's not a drug. It's just an ammonium inhalant.
Next thing you know, they're arresting you for making the TSA agent pass out. All right,
challenging the pilot to a push-up contest.
SEC.
It just means moron.
Why are they playing in Tampa? I don't understand.
Strip clubs. That's why.
With that,
Bruce Pearl's like, wait. We can play some hardcore basketball games and hit the strip club at night.
Well, the infamous Friday night coaches meeting down at the strip club. I've heard legendary. I've heard about Amelia Arena, I think is what it's called. We're gonna start with the play-in games. The first round, we got Ole Miss, the 13 seed, taking on Missouri, the 12 seed. Missouri is catching 3 points here. 3 p.m. Again, we're still on Wednesday. 3 p.m. on Wednesday on the Pacific Coast. Ole Miss is not a good basketball team. That's where the handicap starts for me. They're laying points. Are you really going to lay points with Ole Miss? That's an open question.
Ole Miss,
this game is tough.
Decent, I guess. 4th in SEC in effective field goal percentage, 4th in 3-point percentage. Mizzou though won both meetings with Ole Miss. So is it revenge time for
the Rebels?
Yeah.
Don't you have to?
Or is Missouri just a better team? Neither of these teams are great. I'm going to take.
I love Missouri in this spot.
I'm going to take Missouri as a dog. Why not?
Yeah.
Free 3 points.
I love Missouri again. Mississippi's a bad team, and
I'm going to take a flyer on the Rebels.
No, you're not.
Look,
laying 3 points.
Yeah,
you're
that's a big number. All right,
you're a maniac.
Ole Miss can get this done.
This is hard-earned money. This is the list. The hard-earned money. How dare you just throw it around on things like Ole Miss, Georgia.
I am scared that Ryan and I are already sharing a dog this early.
Well, Sean, we're talking about major conferences now. You remember my chalk is really about a commentary towards how these small conferences have some quality at the top, and then it's a whole bunch of trash. Quality conference here in the SEC. Some say the best conference in college basketball this year. I would disagree with that. Georgia, the 14 seed. They're taking on Vanderbilt, the 11 seed. Vandy laying 9. Georgia probably the only team that I would be okay laying points with Mississippi against. Colby, you can't. Are you taking these points?
I'm taking the points in the Bulldogs.
Oh
yes.
Oh.
Look, this is a team that they upset Alabama this year. They almost upset Auburn.
Their only win since
Georgia,
Christmas.
Best free throw shooting team in the SEC.
How's that done for them?
Wait, but let me get this straight.
They also they've been blocked more than any team in the country. That's a fun little nugget.
But you want to lay 9 with Vanderbilt?
Not really. No, not really.
I'm with you.
This is a tricky situation, but Georgia's bad, and Vanderbilt can play basketball from time to time, and specifically Vanderbilt can turn you over. And Georgia's offense is just trash. They don't take care of the ball. They, as Sean pointed out, they get blocked more than anyone, which is a strange stat. Like, talk about, hey dude, you play way beneath the rim, so much so that you're blocked more than any. Think about some of the teams in college basketball. This is an SEC team.
Ryan, the YouTube chat is chiming in. Colby is my dad 420. The very unbiased listener says, "Don't fade Colby right now, man."
He knows I'm just fire is coming. It's I've been on a roll.
Well, we're gonna have some records updates in the next couple days, but I like my chances. Give me Vanderbilt laying the 9.
The 9's way too high.
Sorry. So this was a 5:30 tip on Wednesday. The winner will take on Alabama, the 6th seed. Ole Miss, Missouri winner takes on LSU. Will Wade maybe in a little bit of trouble. Now we hop.
I want to know.
Now we hop to the second round, which is being played on Thursday. We don't know who LSU or Alabama will be playing, but we do know Florida, the 9 seed, will be taking on Texas A&M, the 8 seed. Florida maybe a small home bump here. All the Floridians maybe migrating down to Tampa for the weekend. Enjoy a little water, a little maybe some fishing, some seafood, and then of course the strip club vibes always strong. Florida getting a mind. I made this a little bigger. This is a projected line from the origination team here at SGPN -2. Gave them a bump there, so the number's bigger than I would make it organically on a neutral. But I like the way that this Florida team's playing right now. I'm going to join Vanderbilt and stick chalky here. Is Florida and we'll get to it later, but this kind of put it in pencil. But Florida as my dark horse to win this tourney. That's where I'll stake my my flag.
You're not worried about the buzzsaw?
No, I'm not. Buzz isn't doing his thing right now.
They've won 4 in a row. What are you talking about? They beat Florida.
Let's go. Texas
56-55.
We are Aggies. They forced a ton of turnovers.
You guys are gross.
They beat Florida. Florida.
Buzz and Jimbo.
Florida's a bad rebounding team as well, Ryan. Come on. Bad rebounding team versus a red hot Aggies team.
No.
Texas A&M's the play all the way, and you're giving us a couple points.
Yeah, and I'm telling you,
let's go.
I made the line bigger than I think it should be, but I think the slight home edge I think matters.
That is true. I didn't factor that in. It is going to be Florida fans. Switching my pick. I'm going Gators.
College basketball, the crowd matters.
Going Gators. Forgot about the whole Tampa angle.
Buzz Williams over under over under 1.5 shirts for Buzz Williams in the humidity of Tampa. All right, and that was at 9 a.m. on Thursday. Man, Thursday is such a great day for college basketball. 3 p.m. on Thursday, Mississippi State, the 10 seed, taking on South Carolina, the 7 seed, -1.5. Hail State. Mississippi State, good team, right?
No, not away from Starkville. They're 1-9 away from Starkville, and South Carolina
plays defense too.
Yeah, and they've been playing better ball lately.
Deep bench.
They got the better coach. Give me the Gamecocks to get it done, to get to win 19.
Long Cox.
I'm with you, Colby. As much as I'd like to say Hail State and ring that bell, they've been shooting bad from behind the arc. And again, I think South Carolina's defense is going to carry them. Not a great offensive team. I think it's going to be a little ugly game, but you have a team with the Gamecocks, deep bench, nice defense. Let's go.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, Mississippi cleans up on the glass. Let's go. This should be more than 1.5 points. Love.
So one dog on the conference.
Hey, major conferences, Sean, stand down. I did get you off the scent there with that Missouri pick. All right, Georgia and Missouri 1,000 to 1. Ole Miss 500 to 1. Vanderbilt 300. South Carolina 100. Florida 75 to 1. Mississippi State 60 to 1. Texas A&M, your buzzsaw 40 to 1. 18 to 1 for Bama. 12 to 1 for Will Wade and LSU. Arkansas, the bus is rolling. 675. Tennessee plus 365. Auburn plus 250. Kentucky plus 185. So the top 4 seeds who all have effectively a double bye into the quarterfinals. Clearly you're seeing the odds differentiation. Now for me, right off the bat, I don't quite understand why Arkansas's number is so much lower than the other teams, because I feel like they have the easiest projected quarterfinal game for me.
And this one, I'm all over Arkansas. I only think 5 teams can win this thing. I don't think LSU can.
Wait, who's the 5th then?
I'm going to throw Bama because they're completely unpredictable.
Alabama is an 18-1 wild card. I'm gonna have to play that just because we've seen the ceiling of this Alabama team, and it's certainly there. They're on that opposite side with Kentucky, who they hung around with. They were up big. They let that lead unravel and ultimately didn't get that covered last time they played. But they got the winner of Georgia Vanderbilt, which would be a great warm up game for them going into that Kentucky game.
They did lose to Georgia.
No, and again, they could. They're the high variance at 18-1. It's so fun, and I'm with you, Kramer. Like I like this Arkansas team, and at plus 675, you get a double buy already. It's hard not to get down on them.
And super chalky, but man,
best defensive efficiency.
I love it seems obvious to me that you want to fade Tennessee and Auburn and you want to take Kentucky and Arkansas when you're looking at the top teams, like playing away from home. I just think, like, even to your point, I would say maybe there's only 4 teams that can win.
Yeah, and I don't mind Kentucky. Obviously, best offensive rebounding team.
That's my play, and they're getting healthy. Having Ty Washington and Severe Wheeler back are huge.
I just at the price at plus 185, I'd rather roll the dice on Alabama and Arkansas than take Kentucky plus 185. But I could see myself betting on Kentucky to cover the number as we go along.
Arkansas is my dog at plus 675.
So you're going Kentucky, Arkansas.
I think those are the 2 best teams that we've seen actually away from their home stadium.
I mean, that's how I would play it too. It's not fun. And like I said, Florida, I would probably just put a little like 1/10 of a unit, maybe a small sliver on Florida there. Maybe there's a little home court surge.
Is that because you own property in Florida? You're just trying to get that value up.
I'm finding creative ways to fade Auburn. So what we're doing here is by doing that, maybe we end up with Florida and Arkansas in that side of the bracket. I mean, talk about having a field day over a prop swap.
True.
That's how I would approach that portfolio build.
So yeah, I'm sticking with Arkansas, Alabama. Go to the long shot. Hey, you doing some stuff on the internet? Of course you are. You're watching this show. You're listening to this show. No one needs to know about it unless you want them to. IP Vanish can make your IP disappear. If you're loading up an incognito window and think no one's going to figure out what you're up to, you're wrong. ISPs, prying eyes, they could all get in your data. Hackers love protected connection. IP Vanish, they protect you. They protect you. They protect your data. They protect your family because you got unlimited devices and doesn't slow down your internet speed at all. That's awesome. Best part is 70% off their yearly plan. Are you kidding me? And a 30-day money back guarantee. It'd be crazy not to try this out. All you gotta do is head to ipvanish.com/SGP and get 70% off. ipvanish.com/SGP.
All right. We'll take a break from the big boys to talk about one of Colby's favorite conferences, the Southland.
Love it.
We only have two first round matchups because they do the mega like double triple bye system. So basically, top seeds have double buys, 3-4 seeds have single buys, etc. 3 p.m. on Wednesday. This we're playing in the beautiful Leonard E. Merrill Center in Katy, Texas. 3 p.m. on the West Coast for the tip. Incarnate Ward, the 8 seed, taking on Houston Baptist, the 5 seed. Baptist is laying 4 in this matchup. Colby,
lay it, and go with Houston Baptist. Houston Baptist not only blew them out the other day. First off, Houston Baptist. And guys, they played McNeese on Saturday, and I lost a lock on. I don't know if you guys saw this score:
149 to 144 in 4 overtimes.
So maybe you want to fade them if you're thinking endurance, but no, I think they're fine. And I just think they got a guard. This guy's a baller. His name's Darius Lee. He's gonna light it up. So give me HB.
Second worst conference out there. SWAC.
Other good teams.
Houston Incarnate Word has the worst offensive and defensive efficiency in the Southland. I mean, what more do you need to know? They are good at the free throw line, 80%, but anything else other than that?
I would say what's important to note here is that the difference between the top and the bottom of this conference is not very far. So like being last or first is probably not that that crazy different. I mean, look, the number is probably too big. I'm shocked that you guys are coming out here swinging around on the. You know what? Give me the dog.
You're crazy.
Oh yeah,
This is a garbage conference. We're gonna apply the ACC rule and we're gonna take a dog here. I'm gonna zig when you guys zag.
Take Incarnate World.
5:30 p.m. on Wednesday. McNeese State, 7 seed, taking on Northwestern State, the 6 seed. McNeese laying the 1.5. I know you're a big McNeese guy, Colby.
They faded down the stretch, but I think they get back on top of it here. You look at a team that's 4th in the country in pace. They're 125th in field goal percentage. They're 11th in the nation in rebounding, 5th in the nation in offensive rebounding, 44th in steals. And the reason why that's important is because they don't take care of the ball well. 312th, meaning Northwestern
McNeese
State.
McNeese turns the ball over the most in the conference,
but one's not a top 10 defense as steals. That's
McNeese
my
has
point.
lost 5 straight. Northwestern State, best 3-point shooting team in the Southland, 7th in bench minutes. Come on, Northwest State all day, and you're getting points.
This is a horrible matchup.
McNeese.
Horrible for the audience or for a particular
all right,
team?
so fun nugget: Northwestern State is one of the shortest teams in the country. So something else, and least experienced. So nothing going for Northwestern State. I don't understand how you would take them.
Yeah, you're one of the shortest teams, and you're playing an offensive rebounding juggernaut.
It's only 1.5. Yeah, that's it. I
love it. Bring it.
I'll
Come on,
look
Northwestern
a little
State.
closer here. All right, futures: Incarnate 100-1, Baptist 75-1, Northwestern State 60-1, McNeese State 30-1, and then you have the top tier. All right, so let's see those teams we all discussed. Now we have Corpus Christi, which is the 4 seed, single bye. They'll get the winner of Incarnate and Houston Baptist. They're going off at +425 with Southeastern Louisiana, who is the
Lions,
the 2 seed, who gets a double bye.
Yeah, I mean,
and awaits the winner of the New Orleans, who's going off at +400 versus McNeese or Northwestern State. So interesting. They're all the way down there at +425. So New Orleans +400, and then of course Nichols. I guess the odds makers feel the clear favorites in the division at +110.
I'm going just one play here. Southeastern Louisiana. Again, they have a double bye, and they're second in the conference, and they have the double bye, and yet they're still +425. I don't know how New Orleans has less odds. They have to play one extra game. Doesn't make sense to me. I like the value on Southeastern Louisiana. Best offensive efficiency in the Southland. They've won 3 straight.
Oh.
Don't let the Lions get hot.
Oh. I didn't realize you were such a Southland fan, Sean.
You got to be playing Nichols.
Is that it?
Nichols is a team that went to Northern Iowa, got the win. They played TCU tough. They only lost by 3 at Wisconsin. I mean, this is a team that has proven that they are a good team. So Nichols at +110, and then I
like Sean's play.
I think I'm going to sprinkle some on Texas A&M Corpus Christi. I don't trust the Lions. I trust that either Corpus Christi or Nichols will win from the top side of the bracket.
And Corpus Christi has a kid named Mushilla. His name is Mushilla. Are you sure you want to back
I'm on
him?
it. Hey, they've treated me well all year.
So you
Isaac Mushilla.
Wait, you got Nichols State, and then who's your other one called?
Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
Okay.
Yeah.
TAMCC.
That's right, buddy. It's not community college. I know you're thinking community college.
It's kind of community college.
But see, Texas A&M Corpus Christi, they need to play one more game than Southeastern Louisiana, and the price is the same.
The pricing inefficiencies.
There's no EV.
They're
no
better.
EV. All
right, Colby. As long as you're being entertaining and you let the audience know.
Corpus Christi is a better basketball team. All right.
Colby.
I'm tied, but one less game makes a difference. The price feels short for.
I get your angle there, but if I don't think Southeast Louisiana has a legit chance of winning this tournament,
I'm going to blow your mind.
I am going to fade them.
I'm going to blow your mind. After New Orleans and Corpus Christi play, one of them will not. Well, I guess they both could advance, but their odds will only go down as they advance. Like same with like Louisiana Southeastern will not have the same odds by the time they play their first game. Is the argument we're
I
making.
understand, but what if they're not going to win, buddy?
Well,
right?
that's fine, but maybe we've already sold our ticket over at Prop Swap.
Okay, and you go to Prop Swap. I'm going to Victory Lane. I'll see you in the finish line.
You can't see someone in a finish line. All right, I have to redo the stable duel now, just to correct Colby's blasphemy. You want to get your stable going? Find as many winners as you can. Jam them into that stable. Why? Because it's fun. It's fun picking winners. It's fun to have winning days of basketball. When you're not doing that, you should be playing the ponies. You should be doing it over at Stable Duel. The live stream was so much fun. We got a ton of horse racing picks on the site and our horse racing Slack channel. If you're not in our Slack channel already, I don't know what you're waiting for. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Slack. But get in, get involved, and StableDuel.com. That's where you go. Chance to win $25,000 just off one entry. Oh my God! I'll see you in the winner's circle.
I love how Colby just can't get it. Just can't get it.
I get the winners, buddy. All right. Did you lock up Clemson? No, you didn't. Did you lock up Chattanooga to win the SoCon? No, you didn't. All right.
I'm looking at my balance right now. And
You're quoting November. It is March. All right.
No,
we're the winners recently, Sean.
No,
this
I had plenty of money on Clemson. Don't worry. Just like I had money on Pittsburgh this morning. That didn't work out well. All right. Let's move over to the Big Ten, the conference that's just better than everyone else.
It's a great year for the Big Ten.
They're just better than everyone else.
Wait, what? Big 12? You mean or Big 10?
No, I'm saying I'm making fun of them like they're elitists.
Oh yeah,
like the elitists from the north.
Remember the time they were going to cancel their football season?
Well, they kind of did, and they're like, shit. Everyone else didn't cancel.
They're like, wait, what are we doing?
They're playing from the Gainbridge Fieldhouse in beautiful Indianapolis, Indiana. By the way, love all the shots of people eating that shrimp cocktail during the combine. I got to be honest, doesn't look all that tasty.
Cocktail
maybe I'm missing something there. All right, 3 p.m. first game on Wednesday. Nebraska, the 13 seed, taking on Northwestern, the 12 seed. Winner takes on Iowa. Northwestern -5.
That Nebraska money line play. Have you watched the Cornhuskers lately? They're on fire. They're the first team, and I quoted the stat on the College Basketball Experience. They're the first team to have 20 some losses and beat back-to-back ranked teams in 50 years. 50 years is the last time that happened. Watch out.
Well, they've also won 3 in a row, to your point, but they've been on the road. So they're heating up in in the unfriendly confines away from Nebraska there. And Northwestern has the worst effective field goal percentage in the Big Ten. That's saying something. They're 6th in the Big Ten in defensive efficiency, but Nebraska, they're finally getting some confidence, and you're giving them 5 points. Way too big of a number. Give me Nebraska +5.
I hit on that plus, what is it, 550 against Wisconsin. They're going to do it again. Hoiberg, the mayor, he's back.
The mayor.
That's
Kramer,
his nickname.
Make your case for Northwestern.
Cheers. No, I'm on the dog here.
Really, it's scary.
I mean, Northwestern's not a good basketball team, and they're laying 5 points here. That's the real
way too big.
That's the real handicap. More of a play against Northwestern. Minnesota, 5:30 p.m. on the West Coast. The 14 seed, they're taking on Penn State. The 11 seed, Penn State. The winner taking on Ohio State. Penn State's laying 3.5. I mean, Minnesota away from the barn.
Yeah,
fade.
Yeah, and Penn State, they have lost 3 straight, but you look at some of those games. It does feel like they're playing a little bit better. Tough loss to Rutgers. It feels like they're kind of playing some of their better ball here in the second half of the season. Best 2-point defense in the Big Ten. And Minnesota, they've lost 4 straight, but they have the worst defensive effective field goal percentage in the Big Ten and worst 3-point defense in the Big Ten. That's enough for me to ride Nittany Lions. Penn State -3.5.
I called this game earlier on Colorcast a couple weeks back.
Nice.
What was your take?
In-state college. Well, Penn State just dominated them. They won by 21. Held to just 46 points. Micah Shrewsbury's doing a solid job getting this Penn State team together. I feel like the stats don't even tell the tale because they've gotten better. Even though you can say, oh, they lost 3 in a row. They lost by 1 at Rutgers. That's a good loss for Penn State considering what's happened
5 at Illinois
in Piscataway. I'm on the Nittany Lions.
Yeah, I mean the Nebraska loss seems like an outlier at this point, but I'm with you. I think probably not the best number. Feel a little dirty having to lay this many points with Penn State, but I can't bet Minnesota away from home. All right, we're gonna head over to the Thursday slate. Their second round. We have first up 8:30 a.m. Love it, early morning basketball. Clear our calendars, Sean. We're busy all day Thursday. Indiana, the 9 seed, Michigan, the 8 seed. Juwan Howard's back. Indiana, little home court edge here, maybe minus a point. I mean, I don't know how much I believe in this Woodson cat, but
I'll take Michigan getting a point here. Juwan Howard returns, and they're the best free throw shooting team in the Big Ten, 77.6%, 4th in the Big Ten in offensive efficiency. Indiana plays some good defense. They're a tough out, but I like Michigan here catching a point.
I'm going to take a shot on the Hoosiers. I'm going to take a shot.
You think that home court? So you're a sucker for that.
And the fact that when it was in Bloomington, I think Michigan went in there and pushed them around. I think a revenge spot for Indiana. Also, the emotions of having Juwan Howard back on the sideline.
Give him a little juice.
Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it might be a little bit too much. We saw just Coach K's final game. What happened? They came out flat.
Too much pressure.
Too much pressure. Give me the Hoosiers -1.
Kramer.
I mean, what are we thinking? Indiana needs at least a win, right? To get in.
They're by far the more desperate team.
Yeah, I think Howard back. No, we're not even going to talk about Howard being back. I think Indiana knows 1 win and they're probably in.
Win and get in for the Hoosiers.
I'm going to lean with Colby with this home court edge. It's just enough to get over this Michigan hump.
But it's not actually playing in their home court, right? It's just in the same.
But Bloomington's not that. It's not. This isn't like Moscow to Boise. This is not that far of a trip.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I think Indiana's a proud
fans might show up for this too.
Basketball state. I like it. Desperation matters more. Motivational edge. Let's go. 3:30 p.m. on Thursday. Maryland, the 10 seed, taking on Michigan State, the 7 seed. Michigan State -5. I should have mentioned Indiana, Michigan winner takes on Illinois. Maryland, Michigan State winner takes on Wisconsin.
This Michigan State team is weird. They don't play as good of defense as they historically have under Izzo. Still very tall, long team, but they're 9th in the nation in 3-point percentage, which is kind of an outlier for them. And they turn the ball over more than anyone else in the Big Ten. I mean, I like Michigan State. I'm worried that this game line is a hair high, but I'm still gonna go.
And the fact that they just played, it's hard to beat a team twice.
Doesn't Maryland have some upside too?
Well, they beat them. This would be them beating them 3 times, right?
I know, but I'm saying they just played us in like what 2 days ago or 3 days ago. I just feel like I feel like Michigan State's the better team, but I think it's hard to do that twice.
I'm not fading Fats Russell in March.
That's what I'm saying. I'm taking the Terrapins plus.
You're gonna fade Tom Izzo.
I can hear Gus Johnson right now. Fats. Fats.
All right, I'm going Michigan
Sean,
State, but I'm not locking this up because I do think it's a hair high.
You don't want to be stuck on the horse that you rode a little bit too long in the middle of the desert, and that could be Jim Boeheim for you.
Is that changing horses?
That
midstream?
could be Tom Izzo.
No, I'm riding both of them in the tournament, the big tournament. You heard what I said. Cuse is getting in, so is Michigan State. Let's go.
Cuse is not getting in.
They're 100% going to be in.
Minnesota 500-1, Nebraska 200-1, Maryland the 10 seed 100-1. 75-1 for Penn State and Northwestern. Indiana 30-1, Rutgers 22-1, Michigan State 20-1, Ohio State 15-1, 12-1 for Michigan, 975 for the 2 seed Wisconsin, Iowa 375, Illinois 365, and Purdue plus 200. Illinois, Rutgers, Wisconsin, and Purdue have the double bye. So Rutgers odds are absolutely insanely disrespectful.
Now, I love Rutgers at 22-1. I mean, they've shown the ability to win big games, and they've shown even they've had some moments on the road as well. They are leading the Big Ten in steals, and they've just had some quality wins. 22-1 is insane. And then to the other, I mean,
why is Iowa so chalk?
I'm not going to take Purdue, Illinois, or Iowa. Give me Wisconsin at plus 975. They have a double bye.
I'm probably not going to take Wisconsin because they're one of my don't love them away from their home court. I just don't know how do we
Michigan State will probably beat them. Maybe I just go Michigan State.
I just don't understand the Rutgers angle. Are you going to like Iowa in the Iowa Rutgers matchup?
I'm taking Iowa. I'm taking Iowa to win the Big Ten plus 375. What? They're 8-2 in their last 10. They got the best player, I think, in the Big Ten. Perhaps I know Johnny Davis up there, but Keegan Murray is a beast.
I didn't see this coming, Sean. I'll be honest.
Iowa is playing good ball, buddy.
All right.
And right now with value like that, considering their bracket too, hello, Rutgers isn't playing a Piscataway.
Hello.
You know what? I'm staying with Wisconsin. The more I look at this, because then they're gonna have to play Purdue. They can beat Purdue, and then they're gonna be in the finals. It's crazy.
All right. I think this conference more than most has some chances for real mayhem. Give me a piece of Rutgers at 22-1.
Yeah, love that.
Give me a piece of Maryland at 100-1. I love their
I don't
path.
like that.
Wisconsin could choke. Purdue, we've seen them choke before. And I feel like I need one more shot here.
I'm gonna in Indiana because they would play.
Is that it?
The Illini after that.
Let's add in Indiana. Yes. All
right.
So
you have Rutgers at 22-1, Indiana at 30-1, Maryland 100-1. Colby. So
I don't need anything else.
So far, just Iowa at plus 375.
You pussy.
What else do you got?
I'm gonna put some action down on the Hoosiers.
Indiana at 30-1.
And
you got me back on Woodson.
I mean,
that happened.
I guess I don't hate Indiana, but I like Michigan better in that first game, so it's hard for me to.
I actually think you can. I mean, sprinkle some on Michigan then, because I think if they get the Illini the second round, they could beat them. And then if it's Rutgers or Iowa, that's a
Michigan
winnable
at
game.
12-1. I'd rather take Wisconsin. You got the double bye at
Can Wisconsin beat Purdue three times in 1 year?
Well, that's if Purdue doesn't get upset by Ohio State,
which team?
Minnesota, Penn State. Purdue seems just ripe for upsets. Now, maybe it happens in the actual tournament. I don't know. And same thing with Illinois. Like Illinois, they're going to either blow it in the Big Ten Conference tournament or the regular tournament. That's yet to be determined.
See, if you told me, gun to my head, I had to pick one of the top four or one of the favorites, I would tell you Illinois. But it just feels like something crazy is going to happen in the Big Ten this year. All right,
Nebraska. Should we sprinkle some? Guys, they're hot. Should we? Let's get on some Nebraska.
Let's you know what? Let's add a touch of that to the back end of the portfolio. Give us some.
Throw that out there for me
give us
too.
a proper
at 200 to 1.
Yes, let's do it.
We're trying to build the absolute.
It's
optimal
not that crazy
ceiling.
of a path.
I'll throw it in there.
Look, if they beat Northwestern, they play Iowa. That's winnable. Rutgers winnable, and then who knows?
Feel like it could get wild.
You've just laid out a very simple case for this 200-1 opportunity. If you'd like to invest,
call 1-800.
Really need an NFT.
Call the F line. Firing that back up. You'll have 24/7 access to Colby. We're going to talk about the Big 12 conference tournament. Before we get to that, we've talked about IP Vanish. We've talked about Stable Duel. And now we get to talk about Prop Swap. I mean, again, let's say you do the unthinkable. Nebraska, you get down on them at 200-1 over on WinBet. They beat Northwestern. They beat Iowa. They somehow beat Rutgers. You may want to hedge out. You may want to sell that Nebraska ticket, guaranteeing yourself a profit. And you could do that over at PropSwap.com, where America goes to buy and sell real sports bets. And again, if you're buying some of these bets, they got a sweet instant deposit match. So you put $250 in there, they match it all the way up to $500, dollar for dollar match. PropSwap.com, promo code SGP. It's where America goes to buy and sell real sports bets.
I gotta just talk about. I know you were talking about bringing the F line back.
Yeah.
Ooh. Colby likes it.
I don't want my wife thinking that I get a call at 3 in the morning.
Man.
3 in the morning, and she's thinking it's something else. I'm like, no,
Jake
it's
from
just,
State Farm.
it's just some guy hammered in Japan wanting to know about Tarleton State. But also,
I'm whispering McNeese State breakdowns to this guy. Sure, Colby, you're telling me you're talking college basketball at 2 a.m. I swear, honey.
Yeah. But also, look, I mean, you guys just gave me a company card. All right.
Yeah, look
how
out.
many how many jalapeno poppers is enough, Sean? All right.
Oh, the office is gonna be lit on Saturdays. All right, sorry, I was just marking the.
Just don't let Patty C run up a Panda Express.
Yeah.
Any panda, I know it's Patty C. Patty Panda C over there. We should just call him the Panda.
Panda C.
The Panda.
Panda C. Patty Express. Now Panda C is better.
Whenever we're ready, we can talk about Big 12 basketball.
Sorry to interrupt.
The greatest conference in all the land.
You with some silliness.
Yeah, no, the audience doesn't like silliness. I was marking our Manhattan pick a loss. The moving company took us down. All right, Big 12 basketball. We're in Kansas City, beautiful T-Mobile Center. Colby, is this the best conference in the land?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I mean,
Ken Palm agrees. And it's not even close.
Yeah, I don't even think it's debatable. I got into it with some schmucks on Twitter that were saying the Big Ten was better. I was like,
oh no.
What'd you do last year in the postseason, Big Ten? You did nothing. All right. All season, everyone said you're the best conference, and you laid a lemon.
I think you have the SEC.
Worst bracket though. Let's be honest.
Well,
you got your.
Hold on.
This is Ryan took a screenshot from Wikipedia.
But here's why. Everyone makes a bracket, and they're clearly using it as a promotional.
I thought
tool.
they were saving their money.
Flyer, right?
I thought they were saving their money to
these
fight
motherfuckers in the Big 12 don't understand that when you make your bracket black, no one's gonna print that. Like you're gonna cause like you're gonna get the email from the IT team at work about printing an all black piece of paper. So I did the economical thing and I just printed out Wikipedia. Single first round matchup Wednesday, March 9th. Kansas State, the 8 seed, taking on West Virginia, the 9 seed. -1 for Kansas State. My initial thought on this is a little surprised the number is short. As much as you love the coaching edge, I guess, for West Virginia, I just don't think this West Virginia, unless they get hot behind the arc, like this isn't that team this year. And I kind of like Kansas State to get the win, queuing up a Kansas State versus Kansas quarterfinal matchup.
Yeah, I mean we've seen it a couple times where West Virginia does get hot, and Kansas State is coming in ice cold, losing 5 straight. But Kansas State they're a better shooting team. They take care of the ball better than anyone in the Big 12, 4th in offensive efficiency. I mean, Huggy Bear they do have the coaching advantage. I don't know. Yeah, I'll go Kansas State -1. This one's tough though.
It is tough, but West Virginia is 0-10 on the road, and I know this isn't a true road game, but Kansas City, Missouri, a lot closer to Manhattan, Kansas than Morgantown. Give me the Wildcats.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't. This is definitely not. I mean, you just look at what West Virginia's done, and basically they have 4 wins this calendar year. That has not been a good team. All right, TCU, who is probably the shelf. I would imagine TCU's in. Everyone beneath them is out as the 5 seed. We're already moving to Thursday now. A quarterfinal matchup. Taking on Texas, 9:30 a.m. on the West Coast. Texas -4. This is a deep conference because TCU. What's TCU going to be, a 5 seed?
They're pretty good. They're a pretty good team this year.
9 seed, okay.
But Texas has their number. Texas has swept them. So
it's because that senator talked all that shit about Texas getting their ass beat by the Horned Frogs.
And I'm actually going to take TCU here. For that very reason, they're a good team. It's their 3rd shot. They're a good team. They've lost to them already twice. I think they get up for this 3rd one. Again, I'm with you. It's easy to make a case for Texas. They're good in defense, good free throws. But TCU 2nd in the nation in offensive rebounding, 1st in the Big 12. This is that time of year when offensive rebounding really matters.
And Texas is kind of. I mean, I guess they could elevate to like a 4 seed. if they won their conference.
The only thing that scares me about TCU is 299th at the free throw line.
Yeah,
that's concerning. But I'm gonna take the Horned Frogs.
Let's go Horned Frogs.
Situational spot.
I mean, aren't TCU and Oklahoma State kind of like hand in hand in the fuck Texas and Oklahoma like tour, like fuck you, like get the fuck out of our conference. Love TCU here. This is going to be a great quarterfinal round of fucking rivalries. All right, next up, 4 p.m. Oklahoma, the 7 seed taking on Baylor, the 2 seed. Baylor laying 7.5. I mean, we know where Sean's going in this one. I'll tell you, I'm all in on the Baylor team coming out hot. I just don't think this Oklahoma team can, at the end of the day, match up with Baylor. I think there's another class. And as you can see, Sean, if you're watching on YouTube, Sean
Taylor Groves, you're gonna go against this man.
Well, I mean, I'm taking the chalk. Come on, you know my drill.
Rock
here.
chalk.
This Baylor team's fucking good, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
but Oklahoma has kind of figured it out post Harkless injury. They've won 3 in a row. And again, same difference. Baylor beat Oklahoma twice this season, double digits both times. Oklahoma has nothing to lose. Literally, they're a team that can play completely loose. And Baylor, again, doesn't have that much to gain. I love Oklahoma here, and they're a live dog.
Give me Baylor.
Baylor has the overall #1 seed, John. Teams care about that. I don't know why, but teams care about that.
I don't.
Well,
Oklahoma plus 7.5.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't have to justify it. We knew you were going Oklahoma the entire time. Iowa State, the 6 seed, 6:30 p.m. on the West Coast, taking on Texas Tech, the 3 seed. Love Texas Tech laying 4.5 here. This team is just gonna smash. Iowa State away from home. They're one of those teams you circle, you don't bet them. So let's lay some more chalk.
Texas Tech does play some close games, but they're coming off a loss. I think you're right. They get back on the winning side of this.
They're tall. They have a deep bench. They're experienced. They and the best defensive efficiency in the nation. Worst in the Big 12 at 3-point percentage, but everything else. And Iowa State is the worst at free throws. So again, if I'm looking to take a dog in the 4 to 7 point range, I need to see you hit your free throws, and that's not the case with Iowa State. Red Raiders.
Yeah, all day. I think Texas Tech also can go from the 3 to the 2 seed with a nice deep run or a win in their conference tournament, which probably is the biggest jump. Like if you're trying to get out of a situation, you probably don't want to be a 5 seed. You probably also would rather be a 2 seed than a 3 seed. So maybe there's something to work for there. I just like this team.
Yeah, they're fun, and I mean, they're on your tournament list team, and
yeah,
I don't see why they wouldn't be.
Well, yeah, let's hop to the futures.
Yeah,
West Virginia, 100 to 1. That's a horrible pick. Kansas State 60 to 1, 40 to 1 for Oklahoma. Iowa State also 40 to 1. TCU 18 to 1. Texas 675, 350 for Texas Tech. Kansas 210. Baylor 195.
If TCU can get past Texas, they came very, very close to sweeping Kansas. They played Kansas back to back games in the past 10 days. They beat them in Fort Worth. They almost beat them in Lawrence. So if they can get past Texas, they could find themselves in the championship, because I think they match up with Kansas fairly well.
I think this is one of those situations where you just don't bet any futures. I mean, you just bet the games.
Let's get Ryan off this show. What do you mean? Don't bet any.
Give me Texas Tech plus 350.
I think you're right, because you got to find value there. Baylor and Kansas. I think the value is Texas Tech, and I think if you're going to go dog, you either go Texas or TCU. I can't see Iowa State, Oklahoma, K-State, or West Virginia winning in the Big 12.
I was going to say, is there a dog that is even?
I'll tell you one. Oklahoma 40 to 1. Let it ride. Let's go.
I kind of like Colby's angle with TCU.
You don't like my angle? TCU 18 to 1.
I think that this conference is very good 5 deep. And then there's a little bit of a gap, like TCU is a good team, and I mean, Texas chokes, like that's the way it works. So TCU being 18 to 1, kind of disconnected from the pack of contenders, and not having to play an extra game or anything. And like Colby mentioned,
Oklahoma doesn't have to play an extra game either.
But they got to play Baylor and Texas Tech.
Oklahoma's not in the group of teams that can win.
My only future play is Oklahoma 40-1. And maybe Texas Tech. Yeah, I'll throw Texas Tech at 3.
Only Oklahoma.
No, I'll do Texas Tech. Colby, what do you got? Futures.
I mean, I guess we'll go Texas Tech's value. I mean, I think Baylor will probably beat them, but I think the value with Texas Tech is there. I think it'll be a close game. So give me Texas Tech plus 350, and the dog. I guess give me TCU plus 1800. I think you either go for dog, either Texas or TCU.
Yeah, I mean, put me down for TCU as well. I like that angle.
All right, so everyone's on Texas Tech. You guys are on TCU, and I have the correct answer. Oklahoma 40-1. I'll see you in the winner's circle.
All right. Should we do a lock, dog?
Let's go. Fire it off, Kramer.
Well, we have major conference action, so this shouldn't be too difficult. Let's start out with sorry, your buzzsaw is going to break down in the swamp. Florida -2. Chomp chomp. All right, so I guess we're taking one of the 2 games in the Southland. Give me McNeese -1.5. I'm with Colby. I think they roll. That number's too small. Big Ten. I don't want to play two situations where I'm going with the home team, but I think I have to. Give me Indiana -1, and for the Big 12, I really like the idea of fading Texas. Give me TCU plus the 4.
Whoa, a dog!
Exactly, and then for my actual dog, give me Maryland. I think they advance. I think they again dark horse 100-1. Put some, as John would say, pizza money. I don't know what kind of pizzas you buy. Like when I get some pizzas for the kids, it's like $50. Like what the fuck's going on here? Pizza used to be cheap. Gas and pizza it used to be cheap. What's going on with this country? You guys gonna give out some picks?
Yes, for mine. I'm staring at the SEC. I'm trying to figure out what my play here is. I'm fading Kramer here. Give me Texas A&M +2. It feels pretty good. The Aggies are coming together. Houston Baptist all the way -4. Now we're talking Big Ten basketball. I'm going Penn State -3.5. Gophers aren't the same outside of Minnesota. And then for the Big 12. Couple different options here. I do like TCU +4. I'm going to go Texas Tech -4.5. And for my dog, I like Oklahoma. I also like Nebraska. I'll put in, this is a big dog show. Give me Oklahoma on the money line, but feel free to also take Nebraska on the money line.
What are you doing, Sean?
All right, we are locking up in the SEC. Georgia +9.
Oh, what?
Vanderbilt doesn't beat anybody by more than 9.
Why are you doing that? You didn't have to pick that game.
McNeese -1.5 in the Southland.
Great pick, Colby.
Big Ten. We're going with Penn State -3.5.
Great selection.
And
not a bad pick.
And in the Big 12, we're going Baylor -7.5. And the dog is the Nebraska Cornhuskers +5 against Northwestern on the money line.
Let's go Husk.
Wait, Colby's suggesting we should take his dog on the money line. Sorry, just getting a little distracted. We got the CAA championship up.
UNC Wilmington had them +2 going into today.
Go Seahawks!
Man. So much college basketball action. Make sure you catch up on all these conference tournament previews that we've been doing, so that we keep doing them, keeping the good fight alive.
We have
covering
one more.
Every conference tournament. We have one more left, and of course, we're giving out tons of picks as we go along. Make sure you subscribe to the College Basketball Experience.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he is Ryan.
Tune in tomorrow for the MAC, AAC, and Ivy League.
Kramer, let it ride.